I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're exploring a powerful book. It is called Chosen, and it's written by an amazing author. His name is Isaiah Van. This compelling book tells the story of a boy destined for greatness, navigating through darkness to find his way back to the light. Join us as we delve into the extraordinary journey of discovering a unique purpose and the realization of being a chosen one of God's. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Prime 7 Media for helping us put him in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Isaiah, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Good to see you as well.
Give us a little bit of the inspiration behind The Chosen. What inspired you to write it?
Well, what inspired me to write it is, I've always felt like I had a special purpose and that I was always destined for greatness.
Hmm.
Um, I never quite fit in with anyone, and I think that's just the way it was meant to go.
Hmm.
Um, but I also, I was teased and picked on and bullied a lot throughout my life. And it made me pretty bitter. And I kind of, took that frustration out on other people and kind of went into the darkness a little bit. I've always had a good heart, but I made some mistakes along the way as a result of the things that I went through. So what really inspired me is God and my mom and my family, the people that are closest to me. They've inspired me.
Yeah, absolutely. And you found out you had special abilities, actually, abilities to predict events. Tell us how that influenced your life and influenced the story.
Well, what happened is, I've always been an overly sensitive person.
Hmm.
And, one day I started seeing things and I didn't quite understand what was happening. So I started doing some research online. And I was seeing like flickers of light beside my side eye, and then like I started to see them in front of me, and then I started to see like these orbs, but there was like something in them, and I couldn't quite see it close enough. It kind of almost looked like a face, like a face or something in there. But like I said, I couldn't see it close enough. And then there's also what's happening with the light, and I feel like there's this presence within the light. So it's mainly that. And as far as predicting events, I've always, I would take a guess, and you're either right or you're wrong, and I turned out to be right. And this came true.
Amazing, amazing. What do you think the most challenging part of your journey through the darkness was?
The most challenging part, and to this day it still is, but we're all a work in progress, is just letting go. There are some things that we just cannot control, but when you let go and trust that everything is going to be okay, and we have complete faith that everything is going to work out, sure enough, it will. It's all in divine timing.
How did your connection to every living thing shape your perspective on life?
Well, it made me realize, there are, when I say, when you say every living thing, there are so
Mhm.
many amazing things out there in this world. I mean, I love to be outside in the sun and be in nature and just, sometimes even just sit down in the grass and just
Yeah,
feel the grass and, flowers. And I just love everything
yeah,
about being outside in nature.
absolutely. Let's give the folks at home an overview of your book. What's
Yeah.
it about broadly?
It's about a boy, who, has gone through many traumatic events, and, he was teased and picked on, and he was in toxic relationships. And, there were times he was the toxic one, but he couldn't take all the responsibility because it was never really all him. But, he had to find his way through the light, find his way to the light by realizing, well, hey, you have a special purpose. God chose you for a reason, and we all have a purpose. We're all destined for greatness. But
Yeah.
I was always meant to stand out,
Mhm.
and not be like everybody else. So, it's been a long road. It's about a journey of kind of discovering yourself.
Absolutely. So this book is kind of a memoir in a way, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Wonderful. What do you hope readers take away from it?
Well, I hope readers, I hope it can inspire other people, that are going through dark times. I hope it can give them hope. I hope it can uplift them, and I hope they can, inspire somebody else. So
Yeah.
while my book inspires them, they could also reach out and help somebody else that's going through a dark time.
What role does faith play in your story and in your life?
Oh, faith. Faith has been something that I've struggled with for many years. Faith to me is not worrying about the outcome, not overthinking things, not overanalyzing things, and trusting and believing that wherever God takes you, it'll always be okay.
Yeah. How do you feel when you sense what other people are feeling?
When I sensed, I didn't understand, growing up, I didn't understand it. I was always confused. Like, and people always say, you're so sensitive. You're very, very sensitive. And I always said to myself, what's wrong with me?
Mhm.
What's wrong with me? And then, like I said, I looked this up online. I'm like, oh my, that all makes sense. It all clicks. But it's been being sensitive is not necessarily a bad thing. It just means you feel, and I feel like that brings me closer to understanding other people in a big way.
Exactly. It's a gift, actually. That's what gives you
Yeah,
empathy, the ability to feel what other people are going through.
exactly. That is correct.
So yeah, very, 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 very useful in life.
Yes.
Tell us, although it does hurt at times, tell us what impact dreams have on your understanding of your purpose.
Well, we all dream, and they're all metaphors for what we're going through.
Mhm.
But the dreams to me is like, wake up, there's something that you need to address, or there's something that needs to be dealt with. So whenever I have a dream, it's like, okay, well, this is telling me something. And, dreams can manifest in many different ways.
Yes.
So whenever I'm having a dream, it's like, okay, well, this is a sign that something's either coming. It may not come exactly how it's playing out in a dream, but it is going to come your way. It's going to happen, and if it's not as far as what's going on in the future, it's telling you about something in the present.
Yeah. What advice would you give someone who feels like they are destined for more, but are struggling to find their path?
I would always say never give up. As hard as it might be, don't give up, because you put that work in. Sure enough, you will be fine. And sometimes even when we fail, don't look at that as don't see that as you're a failure. That just means maybe you're destined for something else different or something else bigger,
Yeah. Or maybe you're chosen,
or maybe
hence the
you're chosen.
title of your book. Tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about why you titled it Chosen.
I titled it Chosen because, like I said, I feel like God has a special purpose for me, and that's to inspire, delight in other people. So that's why I named it Chosen. Because I do feel like I do inspire people. I do give them hope, and God chose me. So that's why I named it Chosen.
Absolutely. Are you working on any new books?
Not as of yet, but I would like to in the future.
Yeah. Are you thinking about perhaps a sequel to Chosen?
Oh yes, there's a lot more that I would like to tell.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the connection between personal experiences and divine purpose?
I feel like when it comes to personal experiences, I mean, it's kind of like entangled, it kind of shapes us all together. So, when it comes to personal experiences, you got to learn from your experiences, because, we're all meant for more in life. So, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah, and absolutely. And sometimes you don't fit in because you were meant to stand out.
because you were meant to stand out.
Yeah. And
Yes.
that's an important thing. And I think that's an important theme of this book, Chosen. It's written by Isaiah Van. It is a compelling book that tells the story of a boy destined for greatness, navigating through the darkness to find his way back to the light. You will delve into an extraordinary journey of discovering a unique purpose and the realization of being a chosen one of God's. It's an amazing book. It'll help you appreciate what's special and different and so lovable about yourself, without a doubt. Isaiah, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate your time, sir. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.